Desecrate sacred land or find aliens? August 3, 2019. Discussions about a sleeping volcano in Hawaii have resurfaced in recent days, pitting Hawaii's culture and history against its ambitions. Desecrate sacred land or find aliens? Hale-Bopp comet seen above current Mauna Kea telescopes. The discussion about a sleeping volcano in Hawaii has resurfaced in recent days, pitting protesters for the culture and history of that state against the ambition of many scientists and politicians. Plans for a powerful new telescope near the summit of Mauna Kea volcano promise to lead to hundreds of jobs and boost science and the economy. But some native Hawaiians insist that the site is sacred and that no work can be done there. Last week, some protesters blocked access to the telescope site on Mauna Kea, the highest mountain in the world. When measured from its underwater base, at least 33 people were arrested during the acts. Then they were released. Hawaii's governor issued an emergency proclamation that increases police powers to break barricades, but said he wanted to find a peaceful and satisfactory solution for both sides. The BBC listened to protesters and scientists at the center of the debate to understand why Mauna Kea Mountain and the 30-meter telescope TMT project are so important. T can lead us to extraterrestrial life. The $1.4 billion telescope could help answer one of humanity's biggest questions: is there life on other planets? This is according to Roy Gal, associate astronomer at the University of Hawaii. For the first time we will be able to measure the atmospheres of Earth-sized planets in the habitable zone around other stars, he said. Let's see if the atmospheres of these planets have water and molecules that can make biological activity possible. Study galaxies and how they evolve over time in different types of environments in the universe. TMT would allow us to extend these studies to more distant galaxies. This would allow us to paint a fuller life story of galaxies from childhood to adulthood. With today's telescopes, it's like studying humans when they are teenagers. TMT would allow us to see them as babies. Roy says the Mauna Kea volcano has the ideal conditions to see the cosmos and that the telescopes already in place contributed to major discoveries of space, including the observation that the expansion of the universe was accelerating. Whenever there is new telescope capacity, we find something new that we didn't expect to find out, he said. T's our temple. The volcano is a temple for Hawaiians, offering a connection between Rishan and Critter, said Kilaha Pichota, president of Mauna Kea and Oahu, one of the main groups opposing TMT. T contains some of our most beloved and most revered ancestors. It's a symbol of peace, he said. Several telescopes have already been built at Mauna Kea, and Kilaha and other activists say they don't believe in promises that TMT will be the last. He allowed astronomy to have a place in Mauna Kea, but the scientists keep asking for more and more. We have to say no right now, because when we say yes, it means saying yes to the destruction of our threatened lands, he said. Building on Mauna Kea would be like destroying the interior of a church because the landscape of the place is part of the religious celebration, Kilaha added. These man-made structures are right in the middle of our belief environment. She says the TMT construction plan is a sign that the economy is more important than the human rights of the residents and that, in addition to being a sacred landscape, the mountain is environmentally important because it is a source of water. Kilaha asked the groups behind TMT to consider relocating it to a location in the Canary Islands. He also said the protests would continue until this happened. In favor, astronomy helps me connect with my culture. The volcano is a sacred and special place that must be treated with the utmost respect, said Alexis Akihito, a native Hawaiian who has worked in observatories at Mauna Kea for more than 4 years. I'm in favor of the telescope project because of the educational opportunities it can offer, she says. Astronomy is one of the ways I feel most attached to my culture. Hawaiians are amazing scientists, engineers, and problem solvers in general. To me, it's inspiring how they were able to navigate the vast Pacific, watching the winds, waves and stars. Believe the science we are doing at Mauna Kea is an extension of this legacy, and it makes me proud to be Hawaiian. Alexis said the construction of the TMT would not hinder the worship of residents. Against opposition against science. Mauna Kea is recognized as home to several deities, all associated with water, said Nalani Goodyear Kapua, a political science professor focused on Hawaiian politics. They are embodied in the precipitation forms surrounding the mountain. The mountain is part of Hawaii's added lands, which once belonged to the Hawaiian kingdom and are now maintained by the state. The land on which the telescopes are built is rented to the University of Hawaii, where Nalani works. She said the controversy reached the university itself, which was questioned about the research ethics in the project. Hundreds of scientists and astronomers, including many from project-related institutions, have also condemned the criminalization of people who oppose TMT. Nalani stressed that the protests against TMT were not in opposition to science. It is really opposed to industrial development and the destruction of land and natural resources, and to the precious and fragile ecology, she said. Stand still while many of our precious environmental resources have been degraded and harmed. We will no longer support this.